Hey everybody, Larcenies here. Welcome back to another character breakdown. Today we're going to do Paragon's latest character, and that's Greystones. But before I break him down, just keep this in mind. If you're interested in what you see, Paragon's free to play for PlayStation Plus. So if you enjoy what you see, please pick it up. Now let's scroll to Greystone's portfolio and let's see what he's rolling with. So looking at him, he can equip Fury and Order cards, which is really interesting, and I'm going to tell you why in a few minutes. His base attack is 7, which is really good. Ability power at 3, which is pretty okay. Durability at 9, meaning that this guy can take a hit. And mobility at 6, meaning that this guy is pretty fast. So looking at him, he looks like he's focused mostly on his base attack. And we're going to see why. Even though his abilities are really good, and we're going to see. Now looking at his skins, he looks like he came fresh off Skyrim, wearing a dragon on the back of his neck. And I like this one right here, the Dragon Lord skin. If you pay 500 coins, you can wear this one. And I love it because of the fact that it's green, and it gives Greystone a little bit more flair. Looks really badass looking character. Now your basic ability, your Noble Strike is your basic attack, doing 40 damage. Keep in mind if you put more cards, it does more damage. Your runaway move is Assault the Gate, where Greystone leaps a certain distance and does a little bit of AoE on top of that. Now your primary move, which I recommend maxing out, is your Make Way, where Greystone summons a little whirlwind around him and it does damage over time. Your other ability is a passive that I also recommend maxing out. Gives him 11 armor and 100% health. Max that out, trust me guys, it'll help. Now your ultimate skill, if you want to come back and resurrect like the Phoenix, you want to equip Force Reforge. Now Reforge is interesting because you don't activate this guy. It's a passive, so when Greystones dies, 3 seconds later he comes back to life with half health, full mana, and double the damage. But let's see what kind of cards you put on Greystones. Like I said before, Greystones can equip Fury and Order cards. Now it's really interesting because you can build this guy however you want. I'm going to tell you guys how I built him. I put attack speed, critical chance, and some physical damage. And on top of that, I actually put some health on this guy, because a little bit of health could go a long way. But there's no wrong way of making this guy. You can put a critical chance, you can put attack speed, you can make this guy a speed demon, a armor tank, a armor shredding tank. There's a lot of diverse abilities, and I see a lot of people honestly gonna put some cooldown, and I'm gonna explain why in a few, because his abilities kind of have a long cooldown rate, but let's see what happens. Well, when you play the game, you have 2 starter decks and 2 advanced decks. Starter decks include attack speed. The advanced one is physical damage only. The other one is a tank build, and then the last one is a support build. Like I said, you can make Greystone however you want. I'm going to pick the deck I have, because once you pick a deck, you're stuck with it. So let's see his moves. Now before I start, let me just let you guys know that static and reforge I can't show you, because one static is a passive, which if I press it does nothing, and reforge I have to die. So this is your base attack right here. Keep in mind I have no cards on him, so this is how slow as he attacks. When you put more cards, he's a lot faster. This is your primary move, Make Way, where he summons a little whirlwind, and you see the area effect right there and where it ends. Nice little damage over time. Now this is your runaway move. You can pinpoint where you want. Keep in mind if you put more points into it, you cannot exceed farther than where it is. You just do a little bit more damage. But let's just see what happens if you die, and let's see how Reforge looks. Now when you die, you turn to stone, come back from the heavens, and come back to your old body doing double damage. Now Greystone is interesting because most of the time you're just going to be walking in enemies and doing your basic attack. And try your best not to use Make Way. Even though it's your primary move, you don't want to just use it because the cooldown time is at 20 seconds. So just make sure that you have more than one enemy around there, so that way you can get the best of his AoE attack. Don't forget that your runaway move is good to close the distance, or just run out of a fight if you think it's too close to comfort. And your ultimate is there. You know, you're not going to pay attention to it, but it's going to come in handy. For good and for the bad. It's going to save your life, or sometimes activate even though you don't want it to activate. But Greystone's interesting. Make Way is your primary move. It's not going to be killing enemies like that, but it's going to just do more damage as your attack speed grows and you land those critical chances. So I'm looking forward to seeing more builds, because I probably, like I said before, I'm gonna see a lot of cooldown builds probably, so that way you can get your ultimate a lot faster. But Greystones overall is a great character. I actually had a lot of fun playing with this guy. He's really fast and he does a lot of damage if you know how to build him. I recommend cards on attack speed, critical chance, physical damage, and if you want some health, because with Greystone keep coming back to life, it's gonna be really interesting to see how people build him. I see people putting cooldown cards on him because the faster you get certain abilities, the more effective he is, but at the same time you're causing some damage, so it's more on how you want to build it. He has so many multiple builds that this one I just don't know what to recommend. I'm gonna stick with the build I made because it's a lot more fun. He has a good attack speed and he does some damage, but you want to make sure you use it as best as possible. As your primary move, make way, you just want to make sure you hit as much enemies as possible, because with that 20-second cooldown time, it's gonna take a while to get it back. Your runaway move is good. It doesn't have that much distance. That's the only bad thing. Even though you level it up, all it does is do more damage. And your passive is static. I recommend that leveling up as fast as possible. As you get more health, even if you're a paper cannon, at least you could take some more hits. And unfortunately, Reforge, as it being a passive, you can't activate it. So if an enemy kills you and you kill him, you get to activate your ultimate, which is good and bad. Sometimes you're gonna want it to activate, and sometimes you don't. And that one has a very big cooldown time because you come back to life. So you kind of defying the laws of physics. But as we put a sword and shield out, tackle some dragons, kill some people in Paragon, that means the breakdown's over. I hope you guys enjoyed what you see. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe to see more Paragon breakdowns. Share this with your friends. And don't forget, if you want to play with Greystones, Paragon's free to play, at least for the month of July, for PlayStation Plus. But till then guys, I'll see you next time.